All right, honors biology students. We are post holiday break. So we will be coming back to school this week, Thursday and Friday. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. It's been a while since I've seen you. But we are in the final stretch here before the final exam. So what I need everybody to do today, you probably already are, but I need you to get on your agenda. I'm just going to kind of be running through some of the things that I expect you to do today and in the coming days prior to coming back to school, and of course, prior to the final exam. Now, you guys are all freshmen, so this is the first time that you guys have experienced finals. I know some of you may have taken finals the week before Christmas break, but if you haven't, then this is kind of a new thing for you guys. So just wanted you to be aware. Again, it's kind of running through the agenda here. Um, the final exam for this class is going to be next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, depending on what group you're in. I believe I posted that in yesterday's agenda. So make sure, in fact, I think I did. Yep, here it is. So, I'm sorry. Here it is. Tuesday, no, here it is. Tuesday is Group B. So Group B is going to go first. Then Wednesday will be the Group O students, and then Thursday will be the Group A students. Again, I'm just doing that based on who's going to be here and who's not going to be here. So make sure you know what day that you're actually taking the test. The test is 40 questions, all multiple choice. There is a 50-minute time limit. Now, these 40 questions are not necessarily like you can answer them in 2 seconds. All right. Several of these questions involve reading, involve passages, experiments. So, I'm going to expect that most of you will probably take 30 to 40 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but 50 minutes, I believe, is plenty of time to finish this exam with no problem. All right. But again, it's not necessarily a really quick quick exam. It's not open note. Those of you that are taking it from home, I will be monitoring you on Go Guardian. And again, there is a time limit, so accessing notes is probably something that I don't really recommend. But I will be watching your screens on that Wednesday to see if there's any abnormal behavior, which hopefully that won't be taking place. Again, as a reminder, the test is worth 20% of your semester grade. Now, to kind of put that into perspective, if you're, I don't know, say you've been getting an A or a B, which most of you are, you're getting A's or B's in my class. If you perform poorly on this test, you get a D or an F, it will most likely drop you an entire letter grade. All right. So, that could take you from an A to a B to a C, whatever. And vice versa, it could be enough to bring you up a whole letter grade. If let's say you've got an 87 or 88%, you get an A plus on the final, that could bump you up to an A for the semester. So, it kind of goes both ways. But this is a big exam, 20% of your final grade. So studying is the expectation. So make sure that we are preparing ourselves. So what we're going to do for the next several days is I'm just going to go through um, a unit review, just kind of a quick thing here. But in your agenda here, for example, Unit 1, these were the 4 topics primarily that we covered with Unit 1. Scientific method, characteristics of life, classifying life, and dichotomous keys. Those were kind of the 4 big things. Now, we did spend a lot of time on the scientific method, especially when it came to data, analyzing a data table, interpreting a graph. You're going to see graphs on this test. All right, I'm not going to have you make graphs, but again, you're going to have to interpret those. dependent versus independent variables, control versus experimental groups, making conclusions based on data, good experiments like controlled experiments versus bad experiments, kind of the criteria of those things. So there's several questions about this stuff on the test. I think this is something that we need to kind of focus on. Characteristics of life, just study your notes. You have good notes on that. If not, there's a link below to my notes for that stuff. But all living things have certain things in common. You should know what those are. Classifying life, again, study your notes on this. Six kingdoms, look over that stuff. We spent a considerable amount of time just going through and classifying living things into those six kingdoms. So make sure you, again, kind of review that. Dichotomous keys, we've done these numerous times. I'm going to give you one on the test. You should know how to use one. Okay, that's pretty much it for that. All right, practice sets. There are 2 practice sets of questions. Each one of them is like 20 questions or something, but this is all Unit 1 stuff. All right, they're not for a grade, but I highly suggest that you do them. All right, what I expect you to do today is do one of them. Do one of those 2 sets. If you want to do them both, then do them both. Okay. I would suggest before the exam, you do them both. All right. For one, this is a way to study. It's a good way to assess whether or not you know the information. And if you score poorly on those, it's probably an indicator that you need to study more. All right. If you do really good on those, then I would assume that your knowledge of Unit 1 is probably pretty good. All right. So do those things to give you an idea of where you stand. All right. In addition to that, I put links here to my PowerPoints for Unit 1. I also put some links here to some of my lecture videos that might help you guys as well. All right, so I'm not going to be guilty of providing you with resources to help you study. What you do with those resources is up to you. All right, all I can tell you is 20% of your grade comes from this test. So I would put yourself in the best possible position to succeed by doing some studying today with Unit 1. All right, tomorrow, Unit 2. All right, so check the agenda tomorrow. All right, guys, if you need to get a hold of me, feel free to email me. Have a good day. Again, I can't wait to see you guys on Thursday and Friday of this week. All right, take care. Bye.